There's an expression that says a good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. For Lucious Bateman, it all could have been different. It's possible that he could have joined Lee Elder and Charlie Sifford as some of the black players paving the way for Tiger Woods. But it did not unfold that way for Lucious. Instead, circumstances took him in another direction. Born in 1906 in Louisiana and raised in Biloxi on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Bateman started his golf career caddying at the Edgewater Hotel and Golf Club in Biloxi, where he tied the course record as a teenager. Unfortunately, he'd never get the chance to really show his skills as a golfer. That was because black players then weren't allowed on tour, let alone sometimes on the course. And by the time the tour did finally open its doors to black players in 1961, Lucious was already past his prime. So Lucious, following service in World War II, opted to make an impact and leave a legacy another way, by teaching. Working primarily at Airway Fairways near the Oakland airport, Lucious ended up teaching hundreds of youth golfers, known as Bateman's Boys. Among his many pupils are some greats: John Lotz and Dick Lotz, Al Braga, Don Bauckham, Gary Plato, and the late major champion Tony Lima, who went on to win the 1964 British Open and 12 tour events. Not once did Lucious ever charge one of his Bates boys for a lesson or for a bucket of range balls. While teaching, Lucious still occasionally showed off his own game. He'd set numerous records at Peninsula golf courses, such as the Alameda, Crystal Springs, San Mateo, Tilden, Hayward, and the former Hillview in San Jose. Prior to his passing in 1972, at the age of 66, Lucious was asked by Golf Digest if he lamented the chance to show his skills as a player. Replied Lucious, quote, "My mother taught me that everything happens for the best. What may seem like a tough break often works out the other way. I have no complaints." To this day, his many lessons still resonate.
I cannot think of anyone who is more deserving of this high honor than Lucious Bateman. Lucious devoted his entire life teaching young and old, rich and poor, and I might add, mostly poor. He not only taught golf, but he instilled values into all of his students. Lucious' teaching methods were way ahead of its time. In closing, I would like to thank the NCGA for recognizing this extraordinary gentleman who did so much for so many, for so little.
Lucious was fun to be around socially. What he liked to do after we picked up the driving range in the evenings, he liked for us to go to the diner in Alameda or San Leandro and have dinner with him and just hang out, talk golf, talk strategy about how to play holes. And that was fun. You learned a lot. And then when we would play golf with him, he would reiterate what he was talking about. Hey, the pin's over there. You're short-sighted yourself. That kind of thing. You know, it set in. And when we started playing tournament golf as juniors, when men amateurs, it just fell into place for us. Now I just want to say to the Northern California Golf Association for putting Lucious Bateman in their Hall of Fame. It's very well deserved.
The NCGA is proud and honored to induct Lucious Bateman into its Hall of Fame.